Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with another Power Rankings video. This one is going to be the first one for the month of June. With me, as always, is Kamell. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, and another week, another Shiranui dominance. So let's get into
Yeah,
it.
I can't wait to do that. And joining us this week also is EheroXGP. How are you doing?
I am good. Let's get into it.
You guys are ready, huh? Well, we got to let the people know that might be new to the video how we do things around here. So every week we track tournaments and we see how the decks finish. And for a first place finish, we give a deck 6 points, and for a second place finish, we give it 4 points. If it makes a top 4, it gets 2 points, and the top 8 gets a single point. And the tournaments we tracked this week were pretty much all of our tournaments: Battle Phase Monday, Battle Phase Friday, Battle Phase EU, Barrels Cash Tournament, and the God Medal Weekly. This week, the
right.
Warrior Link Masters took a week off because the MCS was happening, and the MCS was playing a weird format this week, so we couldn't track that one either, and we didn't see what the Evil Masters and the Battle Series or whatever that we saw last week. So this is all we have for this week, but I still think it gives us a pretty good selection of what's been going on. So without further ado, here it comes. Anybody surprised? Shiranui in first place,
Oh my
destroying the
God!
competition, 21 points. Dark Magician, second place, doesn't even come close, 11
Yeah,
points.
this is what happens when other decks fail to adjust to one deck becoming dominant. Shiranui is absolutely shredding. The new cards added to the game have proven not very effective against Shiranui, not at least not enough to
No.
dethrone them or ruin their run. So Shiranui just going on uncontested.
Second
And
through sixth place is separated by 3 points. So, I mean, really, there isn't that much of a difference between Dark Magician and someone playing Goki
Right, yeah.
yeah,
over the
the
past week.
Shiranui and another big factor is like half the people entering the tournaments, like probably a third of the entries for most of the tournaments are Shiranui. There's just not only are they consistent, there's so many of them.
Right. Before we would say bye on Shiranui, but I think after this KC Cup or uh, they're just gonna get nerfed into the ground. I would think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. They were just the receiver of a limit three. Is their recent success going to justify another hit? You know, they would have to be very they'd have to be used a lot in Duel Links itself, right? Ladder and Casey Cup play for them to warrant
Yeah, I
that kind of
suppose.
attention. And is Shiranui going to be that popular in the KC Grand Tournament? Who
I would
knows?
say we in our video best X for the KC Cup. We were saying use Shiranui because it's consistent. And well, I guess bring up Element Sabers. They've been around for a long time, and they're still not dead. So maybe the reign of Shiranui will continue on. But we're just seeing every week Shiranui, Dark Magician, the top two. The past 3 weeks have been exactly the same: Shiranui, Dark Magician.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to point out on the list: there is one deck missing from the list. The best deck in the game. Tier 1, expected to be a large percentage of the top cut in a competitive tournament. Kristrons can't even get more points than Dragoonity or Aliens. What
God,
happened?
to
Come
see
on.
it. You hate to see it.
Come on.
I just have no
Mayakashi's on
idea.
there. Aliens.
Crystron's more like
Aliens. Aliens.
I'd like
Cr-
to.
circus. Crystron's more like Chris Gons.
Ah!
God,
That was terrible. I'm going to edit that out.
I would like to think that a lot of people are moving on to different decks, and maybe the people who usually play Cristrons were not playing them. Again, Crystron's a very low represented deck,
Yep.
and they need those few members of the community to play them in order for them to get on the list, even though they are the quote unquote best deck.
Tier
This
1,
doesn't.
and here's the description again. Expected to be a large percentage of the top cut in competitive tournaments. That's just not true. Just not true. Shiranui should be tier 1, right? Not it's tier 2 right now. According to this,
Power ranking.
Shiranui's been number 1 or 2 for the past month and a half.
Yeah.
Easily. Easily. Just shitting all over everybody. So let's get into the breakdown here. Shiranui, of course, first place. First place last week, 21 points, 10 tops, top 8 tops this past week.
That is insane. So consistent. And yeah, it just really goes to show how no other deck is coming close to the consistency and performance of Shiranui.
I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's the dominant
Honestly,
deck right now.
it's a dominant deck. It is the meta, Shiranui. And all of the decks behind it, as we'll go over them, I think we can move on because
Yep.
they are all like within the same margin. So next we
Yep.
have Dark Magician picking up a win in Battle Phase EU. Battle Phase EU is back, by the way.
Yep.
Mythyard on Wednesday mornings. And that is 5 tops total. Dark Magician, not too long ago, was on top of the power rankings, at least challenging Shiranui for first place, with only a couple points behind this week. I think a lot more people are seeing the light of Shiranui and ditching Dark Magician.
What do you think, Hero?
Well, a lot of the stuff that people are citing and mainboarding to try to stop the banishing decks like Shiranui have a way around it. Because, like, oh, you stopped me from banishing, but I can still make a gigantic dude. Whereas Dark Magician,
Right.
if you put a Chaos Hunter on the field, they can't remove anything. They can't negate. They can't circle. They're just done.
Well, they can use their monster effect. Sorry, I couldn't even get that out. That's one of the inherent problems of having to rely on spells and traps all the time.
Yeah. A lot of the tech that people are using to stop Shiranui just shut down other decks just by proxy.
Yep. The next deck on the list, Black Wings. This is, I don't know. I just think it's did the player have a good tournament? You know what I mean?
And that's how Black Wings get most of their success, when a specific player gets that Swiss through top 32, just the decks they want to face. And yeah, just picking up a tournament win is the difference between, 10 points on the power rankings and 6 or 4 points on the
Well,
power
yeah,
rankings.
last week it was 7th place. This week it's 3. I wouldn't say it's a top 3 deck by any means.
Yeah. Definitely, a competent pilot is going to be needed for you to do well with Black Wings.
And that actually segues right into the next one. Yusenju's competent pilot. This is one guy.
Oh my gosh, one guy, 3 tops this week, including 2 runner-up finishes in both Battle Phase tournaments.
Yep, and that's Young Whale. We'll give him a shout out. What's up, buddy? Good job. But
Yeah,
this is
Why
one
does
guy.
Why does it even say Yushinju's? We should just have Young Whale's face up there.
Young Whale is 4th
Yeah.
place this week on the power
Yeah.
rankings.
The dude's a monster with the right deck.
Yeah.
One-man army.
Yep. Next one is one we haven't seen for a little while, but it's back, baby, at least for a little bit. Cyber Dragons up 4 spots to 5th place, so it was top 10 last
Cyber
week.
Dragons are definitely on people's eyes for the KC Grand Tournament, being extremely consistent in best of 1 format.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cyber Dragons have dodged the ban list several times now. If they are widely represented in the KC Cup, then they may see some hit. But Cyber Dragons, again, another deck that depends on a single tournament win to make it into these top spots.
Yeah, non-targeting destruction, and it's searchable on top of it. I mean, that's just devastating. They go first, they get that set up. It's like, well, I guess I could special summon my boss monster, or I could just lose right now and surrender. So, yeah, it's just a tough one. Like you said, I think it's going to be a pretty dominant deck. We talked about that in our best decks for the KC Cup. So, Cyber Dragons will definitely, like you said, be highly represented.
Agreed.
After that, this is the one I think everybody wants to be good, right? It's new cards. For some reason, it's a fan favorite deck. Is it from the anime or something?
It's an anime characters deck, yeah, but I don't know. Goki's from the new mini box, Flames of the Heart. I picked the deck up. I love it. I've loved seeing people play it. It's really fun.
Okay.
Even though you're playing a control deck with, heavy back row, it is pretty fun. The monsters use a fun in-game mechanic. And yeah, Grucius won the Pharaoh's Cast tournament with a spicy build using the other UR from that box, Gizmek Yada, and also picked up 2 top 8s in the Battle Phase tournaments. And this was going to be my honorable mention for the week because I am really interested to see the results for this deck in the coming weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't even on the rankings last week, and it'd be down at the bottom if it wasn't for the win from Grucius in the Pharaoh's Cash tournament. So
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be at the top anytime soon.
they have a lot of potential. The entire deck floats. They coordinate well with a lot of different back row. It's a good deck. It has a lot of potential, especially with some of the things that we've seen. Because like last week was their first time ever because they had just been released, and now their second week and they're already in the rankings. So hopefully they'll just keep going up.
You were pretty excited to see, what was it, Mass Chameleon in the deck, right?
Yes, Mass Chameleon is a crazy good tech that I didn't think of because it was in a selection box that allows you to bring them back and use them as synchro material, and that means you get another search. So you
Okay.
don't even go -1 on the play.
All right. Well, maybe I'll have to check the deck out when I scrape up $130 to spend on it. I don't have any gems, so got to buy all those sales. And then the last one, just because I love how bad the graphic is for this. Stall with lava golem. It was just someone in the Pharaoh's Cash tournament. It's just a stall deck. You got lava golem, you got Winda. What else you got? Amazon Swordswoman. Then a bunch of trap cards.
Dude, 2018 called it once its deck back. Come on.
I know, and they stalled their way into second place and got beat by Gokis. So,
Serves them right.
but as you can see, already seventh place. That's getting down a ways, and it's 4 points. So I mean, like we saw, I'll bring up Shiranui again. 10 tops. I mean, look at that. It was just dominant all week.
Yeah. Didn't even stand a chance the other tournaments, the other decks.
Yeah. So what's that? That's we did what, 5 tournaments. So that's 40 spots, right? 40 top 8 spots, and they had 10 of them. So they're full 25% of the tops.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. So.
Mm.
But yeah.
Well, hopefully in the coming weeks, I want to see some change, man. Shiranui dominating. We're in a new dark age.
You think so? I don't think it's as bad as when it was Dark Lords. I mean, you can beat Shiranui because if you look, they got a first place, a couple second place, then some top 4s, and a lot of top 8s. So I mean, it's not like they're unstoppable like Dark Lords were. I mean, remember how many Dark Lord mirrors we used to watch in the finals? And
oh god,
you can beat Shiranui. So I don't think they're oppressive.
Yeah, I think it's just the volume of them because everyone has it because it's not a hard deck to build.
Right.
Yeah, this is true.
And you can just throw anything you want in the back row. You're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you guys like this video. I know I do. I know Kamell likes doing them. Look how happy he is today.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right. So if you do like it, you got to like, comment, subscribe. Join our Discord. Join our Twitch. Do all that stuff. Follow us on
and
Twitter.
guys,
what?
We are now sponsored by GamerSupps.
Oh, got to do the commercial. You're supposed to do
GamerSupps.
these at the beginning before the people leave.
Gosh. Well, look, we can edit the video, okay?
Oh, we're not
you can
editing
edit
that.
the-
We're leaving that in. GamerSupps.
Yeah, that's our new energy drink sponsor. So click the link in the descriptions. We will put it there and use code DLE for 10% off. We are going to be getting ours in a couple of days, so we'll be drinking it on stream and
Hell yeah.
telling you guys what we think about it. So yeah.
And then tell us what you think in the comments below about Shiranui. Do we need to? Does it need to go?
Shiranui.
Yeah. Does it need to go, or is it okay?
Should we just cover all the decks except Shiranui from now on?
Yeah. Or I'll just release this video again next week. How about that?
Just the same one.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
God.
guys. We're gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for Battle Phase Monday.
Yeah. Peace out.